Bengals won the toss and deferred for the second half. Bengals will kick off and start this evening's playoff matchup. Bengal fans, everybody up for the kickoff.
With yellow and white striping down the pants and yellow TG on the helmets. Getting set to get underway here tonight from Bengals Stadium. And it'll be received at the 6-yard line and returned out through the hole. Sam Johnson out to the 25, and that's where Totino-Grace will take over 1st and 10. As we said, the Eagles were shut out in their first game here at Bengals Stadium. It'll be interesting to see how they adjust. They've got a new quarterback, as Michael Loger, who took the snaps that night for Totino-Grace, is out for tonight's game. And Nick Roonan taking the place. Roonan, the lefty junior, 55 of 114 for 755 yards, 7 touchdowns, and 3 interceptions. I formation behind Ruhonen, who starts from the 25-yard line. Turn and give. Stacked up and driven back. As Hunter Carlson, who we expect to see a lot of tonight, takes the first carry and picks up about a half yard out to the 25 and a half. Give him one, makes it 2nd and 9 from the 26. Carlson again the lone setback behind Roonan under center. Roonan fakes the pitch and rolls right. Looking downfield, got his man, hits the tight end Molitor, and he's tackled across the 35 out to the 37, move the chains, a first down pitch and catch of 11. That pass complete to Adam Molitor, the sophomore of the two brothers. So Adam Molitor, 1 catch for 11 yards. Totino-Grace looking good early on offense from the 37. Again, Hunter Carlson between the tackles. And again, not much there. Clayton Huber, among others, in on the stop. Huber's back. The Bengals come in really healthy tonight. They return their backup running back, Noah Scalarud. So they'll have Preston Myers and Noah Scalarud at their disposal tonight. And Clayton Huber returns as well. 32 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 4 sacks on the season for the senior defensive lineman. Eagles from their own 40. Turn. Give to the first man through, and not much on the tote by the tailback.
3rd and 6 for the Eagles.
Third and 6 coming up from the Eagles after that pickup of 1. Eagles sugar huddling tonight, trying to get settled offensively. Snap back to Roonan, rolling near side. There's a flag down, and it'll whistle the play dead. Totino-Grace false start. So all of a sudden 3rd and 6 becomes 3rd and 11. And obviously things like penalties and turnovers tonight will be a big story.
False start on the offense, number 9. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So that false start on the penalty. R.J. Spencer, actually, from the wide receiver position, the Eagles' leading wide receiver on the season, was the one who committed that infraction. Eagles need to reach the 47. And they snap it on 3rd and 11. 3-step drop for Roonan. Looking down the seam, he throws, and it's caught for first down yardage. And indeed, into Blaine territory down at the 49.
49-yard line.
Nice pitch and catch of 15.
For the Eagles.
So Roonan 2 for 2. 26 yards. Catch was made by Brennan Blake. 8 catches, 166 yards, and a touchdown coming in. And it does seem like that he has added a vertical dimension to their passing game that they didn't necessarily have with Michael Loger. Play fake, rolling right, got a man down the seam, and it's caught again by Molitor, his second catch of the drive. He picks up first down yardage inside the 35, down to the 33. Another pickup of 16.
Gain of 16 on the play.
How about
First down
Ruhonen?
for the
3
Eagles.
for his first 3 for 42 yards on this drive. Clearly, Jay Anderson and his staff looked at the tape after their first game against Blaine and decided they could expose some things. Ball's on the 33 of Blaine. Turn and give to Hunter Carlson. He protects that ball with 2 hands. Gets a little push forward, maybe a yard down to the 32.
Gain of 1 on the play. Brings up second down.
They might find they have more success through the air against this Blaine team. The Bengals pretty stout along the defensive line. 7:51 to go first quarter. Scoreless between Blaine and Totino-Grace. Opening drive of the game, and the Eagles are driving. From the 32-yard line. 3-step drop, looking for a slant thrown behind his intended receiver, R.J. Spencer, in and out of the hands. Big hit delivered by Jackson Braun to deliver the blow and knock it free.
The incompletion brings up third down.
First incompletion of the game for Totino-Grace. Kind of a slow developing post route, and Braun read it well and delivered the blow. So that brings up 3rd and 9 from the 32-yard line. Spencer and Blake, 2 wide receivers out there for Totino-Grace. And again, the plays stopped with whistles before it starts, and a delay of game on Totino-Grace. So Rudin with the critical mistake this time, not getting the snap off in time. Again on 3rd down, they took a penalty on their last 3rd down as well. They managed to convert that, but obviously this is setting up some challenges here. They need to reach the 23. So it makes it 3rd and 14. Blaine hoping to get off the field with a stop on 3rd down. And this time Jay Anderson and company want to take a timeout to talk about it. So Totino-Grace uses its first timeout with a big 3rd down coming up. 7:18 to go. First drive of the game for either team. Eagles driving, facing a big 3rd and 14 from the 37-yard line. Eagles have struggled this season. They come in with a record of 1-7. That includes a 10-0 loss here at Bengals Stadium in Week 5. In that game, the Bengals scored on their opening drive, and then were held to a field goal after that. And their defense allowed the Eagles to move the ball, but they also kept them out of the end zone and kept them off the scoreboard. So Carlson to the right of Roonan. Snap back. Roonan flushed, rolling, dumps it off to Carlson in the flat, and it's in and out of his hands.
Falls incomplete.
So an incomplete pass makes it 4th down. Now Totino-Grace could either pin Blaine deep with a pooch punt, or they could go for it on 4th down, knowing that they're kind of in no man's land, obviously outside of field goal range. Roonan continues to look at the sideline. Two receivers to his right. Now Roonan will back up, obviously thinking pooch punt, and he does. Roonan has it bound to the 6 and unable to keep it out of the end zone, so it's a touchback for Blaine. So the Bengals will take over 1st and 10 with their first possession of the game. That drive, despite stalling out at the 37, did take off 4 minutes and 50 seconds off the clock. So with 7:10 to go, first quarter, the Bengals go to work on offense from their own 20. Preston Myers out there, the starting tailback. He takes the first pitch, coming right. Myers gets the corner, lowers his shoulder. Now near first down yardage. And we'll see if they spot him. I think they'll spot him about a yard short. So Myers with a promising run on first down as he picks up 9. Good little pitch to get him out on the edge. And then he could use that physicality in the open field. Trips to the left of A.J. Call, the quarterback. Out of the shotgun call, quick bubble screen. It's caught out there and a nice move into open field. Michael Sauer finally makes the top stop, and he drags Cole Schmidt out of bounds as Schmidt picks up a good gainer. But we'll see if this one's coming back. There seems to be there is a flag on the edge where the wide receivers were blocking. So certainly Blaine seems to think it's against them. And this would be a 10-yard penalty.
Number 21 on the offense.
Yep.
10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. Second down.
So indeed it is an infraction against the Bengals, and it's a spot foul, of course, so it marks it back as Callan Tinson-Jenkins whistled for the infraction. Tinson-Jenkins playing a bigger part in the offense as the season's gone on. Again, the pass to Jacob Emslander across the 35 out to the 37. A quick hitter for 12.
Gain of 12 on the play, and the Bengals first down.
And it gives the Bengals a first down. Emslander, one of several threats. So 1st and 10 from their own 37. Myers gets the call on first down. Again, a flag comes in right in the area where holding's normally called after Myers picks up 5, and looks like it's going to negate that game.
Holding, number 75 on the offense. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Holding on the offensive line. Theo Neitzel, the guilty party. So that marches it back 11 yards to the 26. Screen pass, spinning out of a tackle. Sauer again coming up from his free safety position to take down Myers. He tripped him up after a short gain of 3.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Two penalties for 15 yards, so both teams committing key penalties on their first drive. 2nd and 18 from the 29. Back to pass again into the open field, down the seam, and just a quick hitter, finding Tinson-Jenkins out to the 43-yard line. Still leaves them short of the first down. But Call has looked sharp here in the early going.
3rd and 4 for the Bengals.
As the Bengals face 3rd and 4 from the 43. Play fake. Call rolling near side, throwing middle, and it's knocked away. Well defended on the play by Sam Johnson for Totino-Grace. And that forces the Bengals punting unit. Could we be in for another defensive tussle?
The incompletion brings up 4th down.
So it makes it 4th down.
Blake back for the Eagles.
Brennan Blake wearing those bright green gloves, standing back at his own 20-yard line to receive this punt from Zach Schustad, who gets a low line drive punt away. It bounds at the 30. Blake saying stay away, and finally Blaine touches it up at the Totino-Grace 20-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 with 4:38 to go first quarter. Eagles and Blaine with a possession apiece.
37 yards on the punt and return. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Other game going on in the North Metro coverage region. Eastview visiting Centennial tonight. This game right here streaming on North Metro's YouTube channel. The Eagles and the Bengals play the winner of Park of Cottage Grove and Shakopee next Friday. Turn, play fake, Roonin down the seam, and he overshot his intended receiver. He was looking for Adam Molitor, but he overthrew him.
Pass intended for Molitor is incomplete. 2nd down.
Just a bit too strong on that heave. Roonin 3 of 6 for 42 yards in this first quarter. RJ Spencer and Brennan Blake, the wide receivers out there right now. Again, the I formation behind Roonin, who's under center. Roonin, 3-step drop. Looking right, pump fakes, brings it down, and he's tackled from behind. Huber in on the stop. Good tag team effort by Huber and Jaden Grant, who tackled Roonin after a gain of just 2. Roonin, I think, wanted to go to right with it, but ultimately he had to pull it down, decided to live to fight another day. Brings up 3rd down again, 3rd and 8 from the 22. 3:54 to go in the first. Roonin pitches wide for Hunter Carlson. Carlson trying to get the edge. He lowers the boom, still fighting for yardage, and he's got a 1st down. Out across the 30 to the 31.
To the Eagle 31-yard line.
And he absolutely earned that 1st down for the Eagles. It's a pickup of 9 out to the 31, move the chains. Already the 4th 1st down of the quarter for Totino-Grace. Roonin gives again up the middle for Carlson. Carlson stiff arms a man, and he is tripped up right in front of his own bench, out near 1st down yardage once more.
Carlson, the ball carrier.
And they're going to say you got enough. So a gain of 10, and just like that, Carlson is ripped off 19 yards on 2 carries. The big offensive threat coming in, Hunter Carlson, 146 carries, 653 yards, and a couple touchdowns, plus 14 catches for 60 yards out of the backfield. He gets the call again, and this time Blaine snuffs it out. Bengals tackle Carlson for a loss back inside the 40 at the 39. Carlson already 6 carries on the night.
Carlson, the ball carrier, loss on the play. Huber on the tackle.
Clayton Huber, who missed the game against Wayzata here a couple weeks ago with an injury. They need him in that interior defensive line to cause havoc. He's just so stout against the run and causes pressure very quick as well off the ball. So 2nd down, give to the 1st man through. And he is out to the, call it the 44-yard line.
Gain of 5 on the play. Gressett with the tackle.
5 yards on that carry. So, 3rd and 7 coming up from the 44 with 1:36 left in the first. Carlson the lone setback. Roonin looking, he'll swing it out of the backfield. Carlson trying to make a man miss. He's gang tackled shy of the first down, shy of midfield. Henry Morris, his team leading 89th tackle of the season, makes the stop, brings up 4th and 3. And I think Totino-Grace is going to go for it. Just a 3-yard pickup right there. And in fact, I'm wrong. Roonin gets the punt away. It bounds at the 27 and takes a Totino-Grace roll inside, just inside the 10. That's where the Eagles will touch it up. And that's where Blaine will go to work with 47.6 seconds to go in the quarter. Still scoreless. This game was 10-0 the first time these two teams met. If, as things go, as we expect them to go, Shakopee defends its home turf and moves on, that's going to be a tough task for either of these teams next week, but a lot of football to play before then. Myers still the tailback as Call goes to work. He lost it down the right sideline looking for Reynolds. His feet got tangled up and flags come flying in. He was matched step for step by Peter Scharr, but his feet got tangled and pass interference will be the call. I like that call on first down as well by Mike Law to go for it. Take a deep shot with your speedster Reynolds. As you see the official here.
Defense, number 23. 15-yard penalty.
Scharr the guilty party, so it moves the football out to the 25-yard line. Already 3 penalties for 25 yards tonight in the first quarter for Totino-Grace. Bengals go to work from the 25. Kind of fuzzy pistol formation. Play fake. Over the seam, connects to his intended target as he hits Donovan Torgerson out of the backfield. Blaine is an interesting team to cover in that they really spread it around to a lot of different guys. A.J. Call started this game 4 for 4 for 38 yards. You might see 6-7 guys make catches tonight. And the Bengals will just let this expire and flip sides of the field. Bengals facing a 2nd and 1 when we come back after a scoreless first quarter here on North Metro TV. Back here at Bengals Stadium, Bill Hupp. Start of the second quarter. First play, give to Preston Smith on the pitch. He has first down yardage and more. Out across the 45, down to the 48-yard line. A nice pickup of 14 on second down. So Preston Myers, 2 carries for 25 yards in the early going. Bengals with a rushing first down as they move from their own 48, hoping to get into Totino-Grace territory for the first time tonight. Call pulls it down. He's swarmed under by Eagles. He manages to get positive yardage out to about the 49.5. So he didn't get sacked, but obviously the passing play didn't materialize. Makes it 2nd and 8 from midfield. 2 receivers to Call's right. On play fake, throws over the middle, and it's caught by Tinson Jenkins. He dives inside the 40 to the 39.
Pass is complete to Tinson Jenkins.
Tinson Jenkins is one of those guys that's become a trusted wide receiver for the Bengals. 5 for 5 for 49 yards now in this first half for A.J. Call. Very sharp in what would be his final game in a Bengals uniform. Tinson Jenkins, 2 catches. Managed to pick up 11 there. Call chased again, flushed, and he's sacked back to the 40-yard line. Nick Pittman in on the stop as well.
Call on the keeper, loss of 1 in the play.
As well as
Brings up
Colin
second down.
Finley. So back at the 40-yard line. On the play fake, the out route, diving catch made at the 25-yard line. A great catch by Tinson Jenkins, who hauls it in after a pickup of 12.
Ball is at the Eagle 25-yard line, gain of 15 on the play, and the Bengals first down.
They'll call it a gain of 15, actually, and Tinson Jenkins is having a very nice game. His 3rd catch of the night. On the counter play, give it to Morris, and he falls forward, and ball's loose on the ground. Morris thought he was down. No signal yet. The refs are coming in. Totino-Grace thinks they have it. They want to call the other official in as well. This is a huge call right here in this football game. Morris thought he was down after that pickup of 4. Totino-Grace has forced the turnover. Eagles excited after Morris fumbles the football, and the Eagles recover it at their own 17-yard line. So Morris loses the football. They'll spot it officially at the Totino-Grace 18. So 9:01 to go before half. And the Eagles take over 1st and 10. Hill, the fullback, in front of Carlson. Carlson takes the pitch, coming left. Tries to cut it upfield, and he is not getting much. Tripped up, and in fact, it's a loss. Back to the 15, so a loss of 3. Actually, they'll give him a yard and spot him at the 16, but Carlson,
2 on the play.
after starting 5 of 24, has now lost 2 consecutive running plays of 2 yards. So brings up 2nd and 12 from the 16. That pitch play to the outside has worked a little bit, but not that time. Now we've got another timeout as Jay Anderson burns his 2nd timeout of the half, not liking what he's seen. So we talked about penalties and turnovers at the outset of this game. Totino-Grace, 3 penalties tonight for 25 yards. Meanwhile, and shooting themselves in the foot on a couple occasions on 3rd downs when you least want to commit penalties. And Blaine, meanwhile, a big fumble on its 2nd possession of the game as they were driving. They were making good progress. A.J. Call, 6 for 6 for 64 yards. Callan Tinson Jenkins with 3 catches as he becomes a bigger part of the offense as the season goes on. But the Eagles right here face a 2nd and 12 from the 16. Neither of these offenses particularly prolific. Totino-Grace hasn't scored more than 20 points all season in any particular game. Play fake, rolling right, throwing down the seam. He's got a man out there, and it's Molitor once more. And Adam Molitor having a great game. He's been shaken up a couple times He's pretty skinny at 6'6" and 180.
Gain of 19 on the
But
play.
he's
First
tackled
down
out
for
at the
Eagles.
35-yard line after a pickup of 19. And you can see the dynamic passing attack that Roonin brings to the table. He's 5 for 8 for 64 yards. Molitor has been his favorite target tonight with 3 catches. So they go from the 35-yard line. Give to the up back Hill. They've done that a couple times. It hasn't really done much. I'm not really sure.
Huber with the tackle.
I think they're expecting Hill to break it, but he's been bottled up this entire game by the Blaine defense. And the Bengals make it 2nd and 10 from the 35 after that stop. Roonin pitches this time to Carlson, who bobbles it initially. Hill's out there blocking, but Clayton Huber cleans up the mess and stops up Carlson after just a gain of 3, or 2 even, out to the 37.
Gain of 3 on the play, brings up 3rd down.
And we've got an injured Blaine Bengal on the field, and that is Clayton Huber, who was hurt before and seems to be in some discomfort now. He's got his helmet off, so not sure if it's a re-aggravation of the previous injury, but he is down on the
Bengal
ground
fans,
and hurt.
check out page 59 in your program. If you have the blue Bengal paw stamp on the Applebee's ad, you've just won a $25 gift card for Applebee's.
6:49 to go before half. Scoreless, 3rd and 7 coming up for the Eagles. Clayton Huber up and walking off on his own power, kind of limping off. Some scores from around the area. Eden Prairie on top of Coon Rapids, 15-0. Lakeville North leading White Bear Lake, 14-0. Eastridge all over Prior Lake in a bit of a surprise, 10-0. Edina 7-3 over Rosemount. Woodbury 14-0 against Champlain Park. Stillwater crushing Egan, 28-0. Wayzata 10-0 over Osseo. St. Michael Albertville 21-0 over Burnsville. So a lot of shutouts in the Class 6A first round tonight. 3rd and 7 from the 38. Rolling right. Roonin puts it down, slips out of a tackle, gets first down yardage before he's knocked into the Blaine bench. He slipped the tackle out there, the tackle attempt. Jordan Gresseth finally knocks him out of play.
First down for the Eagles.
But Roonin picks up 11 out to the 46-yard line, move the chains on that rushing first down. Bengals had the chance to make the play, but ultimately Roonin able to slip the tackle and move the chains. Back to the I formation behind Roonin. He turns and gives to Carlson. Carlson jump cut at the line.
Carlson, the ball carrier.
But again, it's well defended by Blaine, limiting Hunter Carlson to just a yard.
Gain of 1 on the play.
Well, this is fine from Totino-Grace's standpoint. They don't mind ball control. Obviously not huddling per se, but also not kind of that sugar huddle as everyone looks to the sideline and awaits the signal. 6 minutes to go, second quarter. Scoreless as Totino-Grace drives after forcing the Blaine fumble. Roonin, play fake. Emslander bearing down, hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Jacob Emslander buried Nick Roonin, the junior, at the 35-yard line, and if he hadn't gotten rid of that, it would have been a massive sack and a huge loss. He gets rid of it just in the nick of time. Still forces a 3rd and 9 from the 47. Emslander, when he comes in hot off that edge, he is a force. Third and 9 from the 47. Roonan looking left, throwing down the seam, and it's dropped by Blake. Brennan Blake had it. It hit off his chest, and he bobbled it, couldn't hang on. So the incomplete completion brings up 4th down. And again, Totino-Grace kind of in a strange position. I would be surprised if Roonan didn't pooch punt this away. They leave the offense out there. You wouldn't want to give Blaine the football in your own territory, you wouldn't think, but and indeed Roonan appears set to boot it away. And he gets a nice pooch punt, and again rolls inside the 10-yard line. And that's where Blaine will take over. They started their last drive at their own 10 as well. They have 5 minutes and 33 seconds, second quarter to work with. Second consecutive drive that Blaine has started at its own 10. It was 10-0 in the first meeting between these two. It's 0-0 as we near halftime. Call gives on the inside carry to Morris. Big hole, and Morris finally dragged down by Johnson, but not before he gets out to the 21. It's a pickup of 11. Morris, or Myers, I should say. I called him Morris. Myers, you know he's running with a bit of fury after he lost that fumble to kill the last drive. And it's still disputed whether or not the ground caused it. He certainly thinks he was down, but at any rate, the Eagles stalled out around midfield, and now Myers gets the call again on first down. Out across the 25, out to the 26.
Ball is at the 26-yard line, gain of 5 on the play.
So he picked up 11 on first down, 5 on that rush. Trips to the near side for Blaine. 4:33 and counting left to go. Now they'll want Torgerson to get in on the line. It looks like some confusion. Bengals have all 3 timeouts to work with as they work from their own 26. Call looking right, throwing. I think it was maybe tipped at the line. It was short of Reynolds. And that just looked kind of wonky from the start.
Brings up 3rd and 5 for the Bengals.
And unofficially, by my tally, the first incompletion of the first half for A.J. Call. 6 of 7 now for 64 yards. 3rd and 5 from the 26 for the Bengals. That incompletion stopping the clock with 4:16 to go in the second. 3-step drop. Stepping up down the seam, and he makes a completion. First down yardage out to the 43-yard line as Cole Schmidt makes the catch, his second of the game. A completion of 16 and a first down.
Ball is at the Bengal 43-yard line, 1st and 10.
Seven for 8 for 80 yards. High snap, Call pulls it down, throws, hits Reynolds on the slant. Reynolds dragging Sauer, but they'll give him enough across midfield down to the 46, so move the chains again on that pickup of 11. What a first half for A.J. Call. 8 for 9 for 91 yards.
To Reynolds. 12 yards and the Bengals first down.
Reynolds' first catch. Play fake, Call Out of the backfield, Torgerson off the line, makes the catch. Finley stops him up down at the 41, so pick up of 5 on that little pitch and catch. Keep it very simple here.
Pass is complete to Torgerson, gain of 5.
6 different receivers have caught passes in this first half for Blaine. Makes it 3rd and 6 from the 42. 2:30 to go before half. Up the middle for Myers. He breaks tackles and gets first down yardage down to the 35-yard line.
Gain of 7 and a Bengals first down.
It's a gain of 7 for Myers. 6 carries, 50 yards in this first half, and an all-important fumble.
Totino-Grace, their final one of the half.
Totino-Grace calls timeout to get themselves organized. They use their 3rd and final timeout and stops the clock with 2:19 left. Bengals still have all 3 of their timeouts, and they've got 1st and 10 from the Totino-Grace 35. This is, again, a drive that started at their own 10-yard line. Blaine and their student faithful tonight that are clad in all black. It's a blackout here tonight at Bengal Stadium. They would love nothing more than to see a 90-yard drive going into the half get converted into points. No update from the Centennial game, but Shakopee, sure enough, is on top of Park of Cottage Grove 14-0, and Anoka leads Mounds View 6-0, a rematch of 2 teams from earlier this year, a game that Anoka won. A lot of games tomorrow, of course. 1st and 10 Bengals from the Totino-Grace 35. Send Emslander in motion. Call. Play fake, hit as he throws, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Colin Finley for Totino-Grace at the 35-yard line. And for the 2nd time in this first half, Blaine turns the football over in their opponent's side of the field.
First and 10 for the Eagles.
Bengals, a fumble, and now an interception into Totino-Grace territory. And that's certainly a buzzkill. Again, after they drove the football down 55 yards to the 35. Pressure from the defensive line forces the turnover, and Colin Finley picks it off for Totino-Grace. So the Eagles go to work from their 35. 3-step drop, Roonin steps up in the pocket out of the reach of Emslander. He pulls it down, makes a man miss, gets first down yardage out across the 45 to the 46. A scrambling run of 11 for Nick Roonin.
Gain of 11, first down for the Eagles.
Talented play from Nick Roonin, 1:50 and counting to go before half. Totino-Grace with the football at their own 46. Roonin looks right, throws, and again it's dropped. And again, it seems like Blake looked up, saw the looming safety, and decided to just could not keep it down. Now, or hang on to it, I should say. Now, in his defense, Jacob Emslander is a terrifying sight to look up and see that big boy looming, ready to pop you. But with that drop, Roonin 5 of 10 for 64. He goes back to the air, and this time never mind. He was going for R.J. Spencer, and again, well defended on the play by Blaine. Isaac Moyne reaching in and stripping it away with the right hand. So the Blaine defense trying to answer the call now. Again, the Bengals have all 3 of their timeouts with 1:40 to go before half. Totino-Grace facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 46-yard line. 2 straight incompletions after a nice pickup on first down. Roonin takes, gives this time up the gut for Hunter Carlson, and he almost gets first down yardage. Certainly makes it manageable as he gets it 9 on that run up the gut, out to the 45 of Blaine.
9 on the play, brings up 4th down.
10 carries for 33 yards in this first half for Carlson. Totino-Grace continues to work with 1:14 to go in the second. Roonin checks the sideline. No timeouts left for the Eagles. Blaine with all 3 of theirs. Roonin again for Carlson, and he just charges forward in between the tackles. Gets more than enough down to the 41-yard line. Carlson with 4 on 4th down. So that moves the chains, and you'd have to think that now it's Totino-Grace that has to hustle to try to get, and in fact, they've got a shoe issue. And that is why this clock is not stopping. They've got a shoe issue with one of their offensive linemen with the left tackle. He's finally set. Roonin takes the snap, looks right, swings it to Carlson out of the backfield. Carlson blasts through a tackler. Henry Morris taking the worst of that one, and Carlson gets it down to the 33-yard line. And actually, that was Sam Johnson, I beg your pardon, out of the backfield. Just 5 seconds left to go before half, though. 1 shot left for Totino-Grace. Roonin and a penalty flag, and that is not what they were aiming to do.
Prior to the snap, false start. Number 50 on the offense. Still second down. The clock will start on my signal.
4 penalties for 30 yards in this first half for Totino-Grace. And the sound, they didn't blow the whistle, so he hucks it to the end zone, and the Bengals converge to knock it away at the 5. And the horn sounds for halftime. So the end of the first half, a couple big turnovers by Blaine in Totino-Grace territory, killed promising drives, and the Bengals defense has stiffened and held the Eagles in check as well. And so we're scoreless at halftime between Totino-Grace and Blaine here on North Metro TV. Back here at Bengals Stadium, Bill Hupp for North Metro TV, streaming on North Metro YouTube page. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Beautiful but cold night. Definitely feeling like the late October playoff football time that it is. Winner of this game will move on to play the winner of Park of Cottage Grove and Shakopee next Friday. And if it's like Shakopee as we expect, then one of these two teams will be heading south to take on the Sabres. Bengals to receive the football. They had 2 promising drives in the first half, snuffed out by turnovers in Totino-Grace territory. So the Eagles will kick it off. Moving left to right on your screens. Totino-Grace in the white and navy blue. Blaine in the all navy blue. White and the light blue lettering on this beautiful new turf field here at Bengals Stadium. And that kick taken back at the 25-yard line by Toby Huber. Through a big hole, Huber into the second level, and he's knocked out of bounds inside of Eagles territory. Huber had a kickoff return against Wayzata of 97 yards, and he returns this one out to the 40-yard line of the Eagles. Great return by Toby Huber. They'll spot him officially out at the 45, so it's a kickoff return of 40 yards. And the Blaine Bengals start 1st and 10 at the Eagle 45. Call claps his hands together with 3 receivers to his left. Early going third quarter, scoreless between Totino-Grace and Blaine. give to Preston Myers. Nice jump cut in the hole, and Myers with a good gainer on first down to the 36-yard line. Myers had 6 carries for 50 yards in that first half. He picks up 9 there on first down. Knows the football just outside the 35. A swing pass this time, and the pass is complete and shoved out of bounds. Schmidt makes his 3rd catch of the game. Move the chains on that passing first down to the 28-yard line.
Gain of 8 on the play, and the Bengals first down.
With that, A.J. Call goes over 100 yards. Bengals first down as Myers takes it. He goes down to the 22, 21, I should say. A nice gain of 7, it looks like.
6 on the play.
Well, they'll call it 6 officially. The Bengals moving with a little more speed. And there's an opportunity, and they score! Touchdown, Blaine! Myers from 22 yards out. Blaine takes the 7-0 lead. I was checking some stats and looked up, and Myers was sprinting down the left side. So Blaine comes out like a house of fire. They march down 40 yards. After that fantastic kickoff return by Huber, Kendall Stadden on to attempt the extra point. And Stadden splits the uprights. Unbelievable start to the second half for Blaine. That drive, 5 plays, 40 yards in just 1:03, and it's capped off by a 22-yard touchdown run by Preston Myers. And Blaine's got a 7-0 lead over Totino-Grace. What a difference a half makes. They take care of the football, they don't turn it over, and Preston Myers having a whale of a game today.
Bengal fans, everybody for the kickoff.
Myers now 9 carries for 87 yards and a touchdown. Trying to make up for that fumble. He certainly did there. Seven 0 Blaine as the Bengals get set to kick off. And the Bengals just moved with a lot more speed as Sam Johnson receives it at his own 10 and brings it out across the 25 up to the 27-yard line.
Johnson on the return.
But after taking their sweet time between plays in that first half, they employed the hurry up on that drive and struck quickly. Totino-Grace takes over with the football, 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line, hoping to answer that Blaine Bengals drive.
First and 10 for the Eagles from their own 27-yard line. 1st and 10.
Hill and Carlson, as Carlson takes the handoff, and he's to the second level. Carlson out to the across the 35 to the 36. So a nice carry on by Hunter Carlson on first down, and pickup of 9 for him.
Gain of 9 in the play brings up 2nd down.
12 carries, 46 yards for Hunter Carlson. 10:25 to go, 3rd quarter. Blaine took the opening drive after a great kickoff by Toby Huber and cashed it in for 6. Roonan, play fake, rolls out, hits Hill in the flat. Good job coming up to make the stop, though. Tackle on the play made by Isaac Moyne from his secondary safety position. It's enough to move the chains, though, as it moves it out to the 40-yard line. So 1st and 10 to Totino-Grace and their own 40. Roonan gives it to Carlson running left. Carlson out across the 40. Or rather, Johnson gets the call as Carlson jogs back onto the field. Pickup of just 2 for Sam Johnson.
Whistler on the tackle. Gain of 3 in the play brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7 from the 43. Roonin under center this time, gives to the first man through, and again Hill just kind of falls forward for a yard, maybe 2. It's always confusing when the refs come in from different sides and one's at one yard line and the other's at the other. Hill again, a meager gain of just 1 yard. So it brings up 3rd and 4 and 3rd and 6. They keep saying 3rd and 5. It's 3rd and 6 with the ball clearly at the 44. Line to gain midfield for Totino-Grace. Blaine hoping to get the stop on 3rd down and get the football back. Their offense all kinds of confident after that opening drive. Roonin pulls it down, running, slips a tackle, and that'll be enough for the first down. Slipped out of the tackle of Jordan Gresseth, who thought he had him down in the backfield, but Gresseth couldn't come up and make the tackle. Roonin slips away from him and gets it inside of Blaine territory down to the 49-yard line. So again, the athleticism of Nick Roonin coming up big for Totino-Grace. They move the chains. It's 1st and 10 now from the Blaine 49. Roonin takes it, pitches to Carlson. Carlson steps out of an ankle tackle and gets it inside the 45-yard line, down to about the 43, a gain of 6.
Ron on the tackle. Gain of 5 on the play. Brings up second down.
It's exactly what you want for if you're Totino-Grace, a gain of 5. Keep it manageable as they face 2nd and 5. They've really gone back to the ground on this opening drive of the second half. Full power in there on the offensive line as Carlson in between the tackles down to the 40. It'll be just shy of the first down marker, but a nice pickup of 4. Carlson unofficially 14 carries, 55 yards tonight. 7:25 and counting 3rd quarter. Blaine took the opening drive of the second half, marched it down 40 yards. Quick strike, 1:03 off the clock. And the Bengals defense now trying to stem the tide. Nothing quick moving about Totino-Grace's offense as they continue to be methodical. On 3rd down, Roonin turns and gives to Carlson, and a great job by Gresseth.
Carlson stopped for a loss on the play.
Gresseth and Jack Johnson in on the stop. They drag Carlson down for a loss of about 1.5 yards.
4th down.
Maybe just a half yard. Regardless, it brings up 4th. Makes it 4th and 1.5 yards now for Totino-Grace. Call it a loss of 1 officially. Bit of confusion for Totino-Grace. Again, I formation. Roonin turns, play fake. He drops the football and he falls on it. It's not going to matter. Blaine takes over 1st and 10 at their own 45.
Loss of 5. First down for the Bengals.
The loss of 5 on the sack, and ultimately Roonin turned, tried to give it to Carlson, and it slipped out of his hands on this cold night. So after Blaine turned it over twice in Totino-Grace territory in the first half, the Eagles turn it over in Blaine territory in the second half. Now the Bengals go to work, 1st and 10 with the ball right about the end on the Blaine logo at midfield. They go to work from their own 45, and on 1st down, Preston Myers bounces off a couple tackles and gets it across midfield down to the 49, a gain of 6 on 1st down. Some hard yards between the tackles for Preston Myers. And we'll see. I'm not
8 of 6 on the play.
going to worry too much about stats with
Second down.
the Blaine Bengals moving quickly offensively. Send Myers in motion, and Mike Law furious on the sideline. As a flag has come down.
Prior to the snap, false start.
False start, the
81
call.
on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still second down.
3 penalties for 20 on the night. Ten carries, 93 yards, and a touchdown tonight for Preston Myers, who nearly got Totino-Grace to jump. 5:30 to go in the third quarter. Bengals football, as that penalty effectively erased the Preston Myers gain, and that pass into the dirt. One of the few inaccurate passes tonight for A.J. Call.
The incompletion brings up third.
Looking for Schmidt. Ten for 12 for 104 yards. Big third down here. 3rd and 9 from the 46. And incompletion stopped the clock with 5:21 to go. 7-0 Bengals. 7-0 also our score in the Centennial Eastview game there at half. A.J. Call back to pass. Call over the middle looking for Emslander, and it's nearly intercepted. In and out of the hands of Sauer. And so the penalty stalls out this drive, and it's a 3 and out after the turnover for Blaine. And they didn't take much time off the clock either, the couple incompletions on that drive. So certainly not the momentum-sustaining drive that the Bengals were hoping for after the opening drive. Brendan Blake, but standing back at his own 20-yard line to receive this Zach Schusted punt. Decent crowd on hand tonight. Schusted receives the punt, gets off a good one. It'll bound down, and it'll be touched up before it can even reach Blake at the 24-yard line. So Totino-Grace will take over with their second possession of the second half. After they turned it over at the Blaine 45-yard line on downs. They've had success with Hunter Carlson. 15 carries, 54 yards. They've also they threw it a lot more in the first half. We'll see if they go back to the air. They had some success in that first half. But really, Blaine has been the better team tonight, as we saw in that first game. Bengals won that matchup 10-0. They lead here 7-0. Ronan, play fake. It's batted in the air and falls down. Terrific defensive effort there by Isaac Moyne to get his hands in the passing lane. They were looking for that little short dump off.
Brings up second down.
And he just got his hands up and knocked it down. So active defense played by Blaine. Makes it 2nd and 10 from the 24. Two receivers to Runan's left. He takes the pass, throws, and it's caught out there by Spencer. The defender on the play had fallen down. That was Adam Anderson, and Spencer makes the catch, gets it up to the 41-yard line. It's a pickup of 17.
First down for the Eagles. Ball is on their own 41-yard line, 1st and 10.
From the 41, Carlson jump cut in the hole, and he powers through. Still breaking off. Carlson breaks away from defenders. He's finally collared down inside of Blaine territory. Moyne had to drag him down by his collar, but that's about as hard a running, hard a yards as you'll see a player get in this high school level, as he absolutely just kept grinding and going. Ran through a couple defenders, including Jack Johnson. Tough running between the tackles to gain a 21. Carlson gets it again on the pitch this time. Lowers his shoulders and picks up another 4.
Carlson, the ball carrier, to the
Spot him officially at the
gain of 3 on the play.
35, so 3 on that one. 17 carries for 78 yards now for Hunter Carlson. 3:46 to go, third quarter. Hunter Carlson showing his all-state capability. Certainly he hasn't had the senior year he thought he would, but plays like that show you his value. Roonin, play fake to Carlson, rolling out, throwing. Molitor makes the catch. A first down inside the 30, down to the 24-yard line. Molitor again makes a 4th grab of the night. Pickup of 11. Seven of 14 for 92 yards unofficially for Roonin. He went out of bounds, so it stops the clock with 3:23 remaining, third quarter. Carlson follows his lead blocker, just kind of puts his nose down and charges forward. Only a couple down to the 22.
Gain of 1 on the play, second down.
.252 and counting to go. Blaine with a 7-0 lead, but Totino-Grace is driving. Roonin gives on the stretch play to Carlson. Carlson cuts it back against the grain. Down to the 15. He's going to be, I think, just shy of first down yardage. Indeed. Gain of 7 brings up third down. 18 for 85 now for Hunter Carlson. Big third down here, 3rd and 1. Play fake to Carlson. Out of the backfield, they hit Hill, and Hill is gang tackled, but it'll be enough. They slip Hill out of the backfield, and that little pitch and catch of 3 is enough for a first down.
First down for the Eagles.
4 officially the call. What a drive put together here by Totino-Grace. Took over at their own 24-yard line. Still a minute 50 remaining, third quarter. And now they have it at the Blaine 12-yard line. Play fake to Carlson, throws out of the backfield. Hill makes the catch again. Nice job adjusting in the air. He's got some talent catching the football out of the backfield, and he'll get it down to the 6-yard line. A pickup of 6 makes it second. Power I formation. They like slipping Hill and throwing to that fullback out of the backfield. From the 6-yard line, Roonin gives to Hill, and Hill bent backwards as he gets it inside the 5. Another modest gain of just 2 or 3.
Gain of 2 on the play.
Not sure why they wouldn't be feeding Carlson down this close to the goal line. Just 45 seconds to go, and clock stopped for some reason. But a big third down coming up here. 3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Pitch comes to Carlson, near side, and he's swarmed under, bounces off tackles, but it's not going to matter as he's driven back to the 6-yard line, and they just lose the 2 they needed to pick up. Well defended there by the Bengals. Makes it 4th down, so the Bengals defense still has a chance to hold. And I think Totino-Grace will just let the quarter run out and then talk about things, switch the ends of the field. End of the third quarter here at Bengal Stadium. Blaine takes the opening drive of the third quarter, drives it right down a 22-yard Preston Myers run, And it's 7-0 Bengals as we head to the fourth here on North Metro TV. Start of the fourth quarter here at Bengals Stadium. Bill Hupp for North Metro TV. Football at the 6-yard line for Totino-Grace. Crowd coming to life here as the Eagles have it 4th down and goal. Throwing to the end zone, looking for Spencer. He reaches over and it's incomplete. No flags on the play. And the Bengals defense holds on 4th down deep in their own territory. Well defended on the play by Joe Beckman. They tried to throw the fade to Spencer over Beckman, but Beckman held his ground and the Bengals take over at their own 6. They haven't had good field position for much of the game, but when they did, thanks to that long Toby Huber kickoff return, they were able to convert. Now the Bengals, with 11:54 to go in the game and a 7-0 lead, go to work on offense. Myers between the tackles, he's swarmed under and driven back. It's a loss of 1, back to the 5.
Myers, the ball carrier, 2nd down.
And maybe they will still keep the pace up. It'll be interesting to see how they handle things because they would love to get more points, but the clock is obviously their friend at this point. Call back to pass, goes down the seam looking for Torgerson. Sauer was there in defense. I'd like to see them go to Reynolds once more. Last time they were in this deep, they went to Reynolds on a fade and he was interfered with, so that moved the football. See A.J. Call and Myers standing back at their own goal line. Myers rolling right, looking downfield, and that's a poor pass. Trying to hit Schmidt on the crossing route, and he just left it short.
The incompletion brings up 4th down.
So that incompletion brings up 4th down, so not much bad coming out of that for Totino-Grace. They force a 1-yard loss, and now Zach Schusted has to deliver this punt from the back of his own end zone. Brennan Blake standing back at his own at the Blaine 40-yard line, so the Eagles will get the football back with excellent field position. As that didn't maybe used 30 seconds off of the play clock, off of the game clock, I should say. Not a good offensive sequence for Blaine as it was kicked and taken at the 37. Blake brings it back to the 30, so it's roughly a 32-yard punt and a 7-yard return back to the 30-yard line. And Totino-Grace takes over with the best starting field position anyone's had tonight. Eagles 1st and 10 from the Blaine 30-yard line, trailing 7-0. Bengals defense is held. They've forced 2 straight turnovers on downs in this half. 3-step drop. Swing it out of the backfield for Carlson. He gets away from Huber and able to get positive yardage, but not much. Just a yard down to the 29.
Carlson, the ball carrier. Gain of 1 in the play.
Even though Huber couldn't make the play, he was able to string the play out long enough for his teammates to arrive. Again, Totino-Grace deploying that sugar huddle of sorts. I formation behind Roonan. Take and give to Carlson up the gut. Carlson into the 2nd level. Henry Morris finally makes the tackle, but not before Carlson gets down for 5 to the 24. 20th carry of the game right there for Carlson. 88 yards on the night. Defense as the crowd exhorted to noise. 3rd and 4 from the 24. Turn and give to Carlson. He's got 1st down yardage Still going the line, pushing him down to the 17. Hopefully everyone's all right in there. They say it was a fumble.
The really got in the field is the forward progress was stopped.
Nope.
First down.
Forward progress was stopped. That's what I thought, but it's a first down carry of 6, or third down carry of 6 for a first down. And it moves the ball inside of the Blaine red zone to the 18. That's where Totino-Grace will have it 1st and 10. Roonin play fake, rolling right, Emslander chasing. They got Molitor for the touchdown, an 18-yard strike, and Totino-Grace is an extra point away from tying this football game. The big tight end, Adam Molitor, his 5th catch of the football game, his 2nd TD of the season. Just a little pitch and catch off plate action. And Totino-Grace takes advantage of the excellent starting field position.
McNeil in to attempt the extra point.
The kick splits the uprights, and we have a tie ball game at 7. $9:20 to go in the 4th quarter. After that 22-yard touchdown run by Preston Myers in the 3rd quarter. Totino-Grace executes beautifully on offense, and an 18-yard touchdown pass to Adam Molitor has tied this football game early in the 4th quarter. So now, what do the Bengals do on offense? Toby Huber, a weapon in the kickoff return. Eagles found that out last time. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep this away from him, if they squib it, or what they decide to do. Bengals need a response on this drive. They'll kick it at Huber. Huber touches it up at the 10-yard line, trying to sprint away from defenders, and he runs into a wall at the 16. So good directional kicking right there for Totino-Grace, and Huber only able to do so much. So as it has been the case for just about the entire game, other than that Huber kickoff return, the Bengals, I mean, you got to say something about the Totino-Grace special teams. They have had the Bengals down at the 6, at their own 6, at their own 10 twice, and at their own 16. So the Bengals have had less than ideal starting field position for most of the night. Call takes the pass out of the backfield. Emslander makes the catch. Emslander into the 2nd level, and he's tripped up across the 30. The tackle finally made out there by Logan Suggs, but not before Emslander picked up 16 to the 32.
Gain of 16 on the play.
Now Blaine wants to move with some urgency. 9 minutes to go in the game. And too much urgency as that stops play and the penalty is called.
Prior to the snap, false start for 71. He was never set. Still first down.
Offensive line not set. So 4 penalties for 25 yards tonight. Football at the Blaine 27-yard line after that penalty. That's part of the problem when you go with one of these hurry-up offenses. Is sometimes your players, there's a little bit of confusion out there. Clock continues to run with 8:45 and counting to go. Pistol formation, give to Myers. He spins out of the first tackle. But Totino-Grace able to stop him after that. Mason Molitor, Adam's brother, comes in off the end to make the stop. Myers, just a pickup of 1. 12 carries, 93 yards, a touchdown and a fumble tonight for Preston Myers. 2 receivers to Runen's left, or to, beg your pardon, A.J. Call's left. Reynolds the lone receiver to the right. He's going to go to Reynolds, and he's absolutely held, and no flag comes out, and the fans are incredulous. Reynolds clearly grabbed as he went by Peter Scharr, and no flag. Reynolds was trying to run that sort of skinny post, and
brings up 3rd down.
Not sure it would have made a difference. They might have ruled that uncatchable, but ultimately it brings up 3rd and 14 from the 28. Call going down the sideline on the wheel route looking for Myers, and Sauer comes over, knocks it free. So Blaine forced to punt. Now their defense is going to have to do its job and get this football back.
Completion brings up 4th down.
Even in that 10-0 game, these two teams were fairly even. And so no surprise to see it beat 7-7. And meanwhile, on the sidelines, Preston Myers, I believe, cramping up. He's struggling with injury as Mike Law jogs over to check on his running back. He took a big hit from Michael Sauer, beg your pardon, into the sideline, and he's now on the ground on his back, getting stretched out in front of on the Totino-Grace bench. Hence the stoppage in play. Gives us a chance to update you on some scores while they tend to him. Eden Prairie all over Coon Rapids, 36-0. Lakeville North crushing White Bear Lake, 39-0. Minnetonka 17-7 over Brainerd. Farmington pulling away from Forest Lake, 42-6. Eastridge all over Prior Lake, 31-10. Edina upsetting Rosemount right now, 21-16 on the road. Woodbury a 14-0 lead over Champlain Park. Stillwater rolling Egan 56-7. Wayzata 30-0 over Osseo. Centennial still a 7-0 lead over Eastview. STMA 35-0 over Burnsville. Shakopee 35-0 over Park of Cottage Grove. As Brennan Blake stands back at his own 39-yard line awaiting this punt from Schusted. 7:58 to go in the game. 7-7 our score. High snap. Schusted gets it. Gets the punt away. Blake comes up and makes the fair catch at his own 41-yard line. So Totino-Grace will have good field position once more. 42 officially where they spot it. 1st and 10, 7:51 to go in the game.
30 yards on the punt. 1st and 10 for the Eagles.
Another 30-yard punt from Schusted, who was getting all kinds of pressure. Myers seems to be okay down on the sideline, but I think it's safe to say at this point that the winner of this game will be heading south to take on the Sabres. That big offensive line and talented running back, Jaden Hellerud. But here, Carlson takes the carry on 1st down and gets it across the 45 out to the 46. A pickup of 4 on 1st down.
To the 46-yard line. Gain of 4 on the play.
Only 2 touchdowns on the season for Hunter Carlson, but been impressive. Nearing that 100-yard mark now. Runen under center, receivers right and left. Takes and gives to Carlson, and Carlson this time met in the backfield. Dragged down Jaden Grant in there defensively. And a great job by Gresseth to come in and knife in and make that stop for a loss of 1. So big 3rd down here, 3rd and 7 from the 45. Eagles hoping to force a 3 and out and not jump offside, but it appears the hard count got it offside on the Bengals. Looks like Jaden Grant jumped early.
Prior to the snap, encroachment, number 93 on the defense. 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
And all of a sudden, that makes 3rd and 7 to 3rd and 2 much more manageable, obviously. And clock continues to roll. Totino-Grace in no hurry, 6:40 to go. A tie football game at 7, Eagles football at midfield. Roonin, 3-step drop, the quick slant, and it is incomplete. Well defended on the play by Adam Anderson. I'm not sure why they decided to, they tried to just throw that little quick hitter to R.J. Spencer. Obviously they feel comfortable giving it to Hunter Carlson for 2 on 4th down. Unless they want to pin the Bengals deep, we'll see, but certainly when you have a weapon like Hunter Carlson on 4th down, you feel much more comfortable about picking it up. That incompletion stops the clock with 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the game. It's a 7-7 game. Blaine and Jay Anderson will wisely use his first timeout of the second half. That stops the clock. The Bengals hoping to go above 500 again. Improve to 5-4 on the season and take on Shakopee next Friday night down south. What will be a tough contest no matter who goes to play the Sabres. Huge 4th down coming up, of course. Bengals would love to get this football back midway through the 4th quarter. Lakeville South on top of Hopkins, 35-0. Anoka all over Mounds View, 26-7. How about the bounce back year for the Tornadoes this year? Very impressive. Wayzata 30-0 over Osseo. That's your updates. No word from Maple Grove or Roseville yet. Eagles trot out with the ball resting at midfield on 4th down. Roonin out of the shotgun. Now he's going to step back, and it looks like he indeed will pooch punt this away and try to pin Blaine deep, and he's going to do it again. Blake able to touch it up at the 14-yard line, so once again, you're going to say the 15, but once again, the Bengals will start another drive inside their 20. They've started inside their own 16 5 times tonight, so certainly Roonin not only throwing touchdown passes, but also pinning Blaine deep.
For the Bengals.
So the Bengals take over 1st and 10, 6:20 to go in the game. From their own 15-yard line. Call rolling right, it's a designed run. Call trying to pick his way up near the 20, and he's down after a gain of just 2. Designed quarterback keeper on that one.
Gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down.
We were told Noah Skellerud is back and healthy, but have not seen him on the field tonight. It's been all Preston Myers. Call claps his hands and gets it, throws left, and he hits Jacob Emslander. 1st down yardage across the 30.
Emslander with
the big
nice
tight
reception.
end out to the 32. It's a pickup of 15.
Gain of 15
For
on
Jacob
the play.
Emslander gets the football
down.
out to the 32 and gives Blaine a little bit of breathing room with 5:25 and counting to go. Play fake to Myers, throw to Emslander again, and this time it's well defended as Suggs is out there to make the stop.
This is complete to Emslander.
Meanwhile, Emslander remains down on the field as he got popped at the 30. It's actually a loss of 1 officially. On that little pitch and catch, Emslander just made the 1st down catch, and players having issues with cramps tonight as Emslander gets stretched out at the 32, right in front of the Bengals bench. Supposed to be in the high 30s by the end of the night. As Emslander hobbles off, it's 46 at the moment. No gain officially on that play. So 2nd and 10 from the 32. Call, short side, hands on the counter to the draw, I guess, to Preston Myers. Pickup of 3 out to the 35, 36 yard line.
Gain of 4 on the play, brings up 3rd down.
And Myers again comes out of that huddle limping. Has not been able to shake that cramp. And I don't know if Scullerud's not necessarily ready, but Myers has to come off. He's down. Indeed, Scullerud comes on there. Myers will need to be attended to, dealing with some kind of cramp. The trainer is busy attending to Emslander, I believe. Now the trainer comes out. Myers really struggling with something. We think it's a cramp just because he's being stretched out in the way that you often see when players have cramps, but kind of like a calf cramp, but it's kind of taking a bit of the flow, a bit of the sting out of this game, as cramps affecting Blaine and their offensive weapons. It's 3rd and 6 from the 35 when we resume. And it'll really be like 3rd and 7. As the ball, nose of the football, the back half is resting at the 35-yard line. Bengals need to reach their own 42 to keep the chains moving. And Scullerud, just as we started talking about him, is out there now. As Myers up under his own power, but cramps can be really painful and hard to get rid of once you have them. Third and 7 indeed from the 35. Scullerud in the backfield to the right of A.J. Call. Call back to pass. Airing it out down the right side, looking for Reynolds, and it's incomplete. Shar there was step for step with Reynolds.
Pass intent for Reynolds falls incomplete. The incompletion brings up.
Not sure he did much to bother anything, but the incompletion makes it 4th down, and Schusted on to punt it away. So Blaine did manage to get out of the shadow of its own goal line. Schusted will boom it away to Brennan Blake, who stands back awaiting this punt at his own 31.
For the Eagles.
.4:12 to go in the 4th quarter. Could we have overtime here at Bengal Stadium? Schusted had to go to get that one, and Blake will retreat back, and he drops the football, and it's loose, and Blaine thinks they have it. And they do! The Bengals recover the muffed punt by Brennan Blake, and they take over 1st and 10 at the Eagles' 22-yard line. 4 minutes exactly to go 4th quarter. Blake came over, signaled fair catch, and then muffed the punt, and the Bengals were there to pounce on it. Ball's at the Eagles' 22-yard line. Scullerud out there as the tailback. He gets the call in between the tackles. Scullerud, good hard running on 1st down. Now the Eagles think they've turned it over, and they have. Scullerud fighting for extra yardage, and Michael Sauer comes out of there with the football for Totino-Grace.
Ball is fumbled, recovered by the Eagles.
So Skullerud on his first carry of the night, fighting for extra yards across the 15, coughs it up, and the Bengals for the third time tonight turn it over inside the Totino-Grace 25. Totino-Grace takes over at the 14-yard line with 3:53 to go. Penalties and turnovers, we talked about how big they'd be. Carlson, play fake to him, rolling right, throwing, he's got Molitor in the flat. Adam Molitor having a huge game, and he's taken down at the 40-yard line. But a big gainer of 24 yards down to the 40. 26 rather. Molitor absolutely on that play fake, that little drag across where he starts on the left and comes across. They scored a touchdown on it, and they have killed the Bengals on that play all night long. So Totino-Grace football at the 40-yard line. This time Carlson gets the carry, and it's not much, maybe a yard out to the 41. 3:15 and counting to go, fourth quarter. Clayton Huber needs a sub. He's also coming back from injury. Good to see him back on the field, though, as he was hurt earlier. It's 2nd and 9 from the 41. Play fake. Emslander chasing. Just out of the reaches. Runin will run for first down yardage across midfield to the 49, and inside Blaine territory, 11 yards on that run, and Jacob Emslander was oh so close to a sack. But Runin has just picked up 11 seemingly every time he runs. 2:27 and counting to go. Totino-Grace marching, they're inside Blaine territory. Give to Carlson, who jump cuts and gets it down to the 44-yard line, a pickup of 5. Carlson unofficially 25 carries and 103 yards now. 2 minutes left, fourth quarter. Bengals and Eagles tied at 7. Runin turns, gives to Hill, first man through, push forward. As Hill will get down to 41. I don't think Totino-Grace has any designs to give this football back to Blaine. Can the Bengals force overtime is the question. Another turnover would be nice. From the 41, Carlson met in the hole. He lowers his shoulder and runs right over Jack Johnson, who made the initial stick, but it wasn't enough to prevent the first down.
Gain of 3 on the play.
Carlson picks up 3, and now whistles stop the clock. Now they'll resume play. 107 and counting from the 38. Runin, play fake. Emslander chasing him again, and Runin again tucks it and runs. Jacob Emslander, and now he's down flat at the 44-yard line. But Jacob Emslander, time and time again tonight, has come steaming in off that edge on the play action and just been an arm's length away from getting Nick Runin. But credit to Runin for his maneuverability, and he picks up 4 on that one, gets it down to the 34. Blaine, this team shaken up. Several of their players, Emslander and Myers, have been tended to a couple times tonight. Emslander remains down at the 44-yard line. 52.9 seconds left in the game. Totino-Grace has it. 2nd and 6 at the 34-yard line of Blaine as Emslander is rolled over and back up on his feet. Two receivers split near side. 52.9 seconds exactly remaining fourth quarter. Blaine does have a good kicking game. That's something to keep in mind if they can force overtime. 7-7, Bengals season hanging in the balance. Roonin takes the low snap, swing pass to Carlson out of the reach. Not a good one, good pressure to force the errant pass.
Carlson falls incomplete.
Aggressive
Brings up third down.
in the face of Roonin. Brings up 3rd down and 6 from the 34. Got to figure this is 2-down territory for Totino-Grace. Looking right, throwing, and it's caught by R.J. Spencer for a first down at the 25. Spencer caught right in front of Luke Studer, and the pass completion of 9 moves the chains. 2 timeouts still remaining for Totino-Grace. What a huge play by R.J. Spencer. Now the Eagles take their second timeout. They still have 1 remaining. They have the football at the 25-yard line of Blaine with 36.7 seconds remaining in the game. Interesting, Michael Loger was one of the main kickers for this Totino-Grace Eagles team, but he is not available tonight, so it's Jimmy McNeil, a freshman kicker who has resumed the place kicking duties for Totino-Grace, and just not much known about him from what his distance is, what he can hit from. He obviously made the extra point tonight, so we'll see how close they want to get it, but 36.7 seconds left. Pretty risky to run between the tackles now, but we'll see what happens. Snap back, Roonin pulls it down, gets away from Grant, fumbles the football, but falls back on it at the 21-yard line. And so Totino-Grace forced to use their final timeout of the half with 25.3 seconds left. Roonin, as he was trying to
their final one
step up in the pocket, he fumbled it forward. He fell on it eventually at the 22. But he does force the Eagles to spend their final timeout of the half. So we remain tied at 7 with the football at the 22-yard line. 2nd and 7 coming up. Meanwhile, J.W. Cox informs me it's 28-7 Centennial with 7 minutes left. So the Cougars look like they're going to advance and get a rematch with STMA up in Albertville. But back here, 7-7 our score, 25.3 seconds left. Roonin for the shotgun with Carlson to his right. Takes it, pitches to Hunter Carlson. Plays strung out. Johnson makes a terrific open field tackle. An ankle tackle for Jack Johnson. And now they've got to hurry. 9 seconds left, 8. They'll probably just spike it, and they will right there. Stops the clock with 6 seconds to go. And now they'll trot on the field goal unit, it looks like. Jimmy McNeil, the freshman, on to attempt a 39-yard field goal from the right hash.
McNeil in to attempt a 39-yard field goal.
And Blaine will use one of its timeouts.
Blaine, their first of
Make
the
the freshman kicker think about it. The dramatics here at Bengal Stadium. 7-7 our score. Blaine scored their opening drive of the second half to take a 7-0 lead, but Totino-Grace would respond in the fourth quarter. And then the Eagles force a fumble in their own territory and have marched it down to the 22-yard line of Blaine. And Jimmy McNeil, the freshman, on to attempt a 39-yard game-winning field goal here in the Class 6A playoffs. And Mike Law takes his second timeout.
timeout.
Fourth
Blaine,
and 7.
their second one of the half.
Now we'll see if Law just decides to use all 3 timeouts and really make Jimmy McNeil think about it. It's appropriate that it's called freezing the kicker on this 40-degree night. 6 seconds remaining. Blaine hoping that they can somehow reach overtime. They have some great kickers of their own, and they would love to get this to overtime and see if their special teams can't win them another game. They beat White Bear Lake on a last-second field goal. Beat Chapel Park on an extra point. So here we go. Crowd coming to life here at Bengal Stadium. Jimmy McNeil on for a 39-yard game-winning field goal attempt. Snap down, and it's bobbled. The snap is bobbled. They're running with it. They huck it towards the end zone. It'll be intercepted by Blaine. Time has expired here. I don't know if the snap was just bobbled or the hold was just bobbled, but it never got down, and McNeil never attempted it. So we head to overtime. And after 4 quarters of play, it's 7-7 Eagles and Bengals.
Please put 3 minutes on the game clock.
3 minutes on the game clock. As we are 7-7 heading to overtime. Both teams will have a couple minutes to talk things over. And we'll step aside for a minute here as well. When we come back, we will give ourselves a quick break, and when we come back, we will have overtime here for you from Bengal Stadium. Bill Hupp back here at North Metro TV here at Blaine High School, Bengal Stadium, as we are getting set to start overtime here in the Class 6A first round. Jacob Emslander out to meet RJ Spencer at midfield. Emslander obviously hurting, but
that was a great game so far. All right, here we go. Here's my coin again.
Here the
Head
official.
says the logo, tail says failures. Totino-Grace, you are the visiting team. What is your call? Heads is the call. It is a tail. Blaine, you have won the toss. What would you like to do? Offense, defense, or choice of side? Blaine chooses defense. What side do you want to play at? We'll play down there. Okay, why don't you guys go over here? Whoops, I'm sorry.
Bengals, as you heard, win the toss, and
Blaine
so they
has
go.
won the toss, and we'll play defense on this end.
They will
Guys,
play
good luck.
defense on the far end of the field from our broadcast position. The east end of the field, or the, pardon me, the west end of the field, I believe. So Blaine will go on defense first. They won the toss and chose to defend. That's typically what teams do in overtime. As both teams prepare to go out there, the winner to take on Shakopee in the second round of the Class 6A playoffs. Both teams will start with it at the 10-yard line and we'll wait until someone gets a stop. 4 downs to get it in from the 10. Nick Roonin under center, turns and gives to Hunter Carlson between the tackles. Carlson driving for the goal line, and he's going to be short. Gets it down to about the yard and a half line. 2, we'll call it the 2. '27 carries 114 yards for Hunter Carlson tonight. Roonin under center. Sends a man in motion, turns, gives to Hunter Carlson, trying to back his way in, and he's going to be short. A gain of a yard on that rush. So 3rd and goal from the 1. Can the Bengals defense stiffen down near the goal line? It's nice when you know what you need to do. Each team gets a chance with the football. Roonin under center. Carlson skips into the end zone. Touchdown! Hunter Carlson from a yard out on the first possession of overtime. (13-7) our score as we await the extra point from McNeil. So Totino-Grace gets it first, and now if you're Blaine, you know what you need to do. It's touchdown or your season's over. Snap down, kick on the way, and McNeil misses it. It's no good. So now Blaine, if they score a touchdown, could have Kendall Stadden on to win it and send them to the second round of the playoffs. But they got to score 6 first. 13-7 our score in overtime. It remains down on this end of the field, and Blaine awaits their instructions as they go out there offensively. You know, will we see Preston Myers is the question. Myers was shaken up earlier, and they really could use him, and he is indeed out there, so that's big for Blaine. Bengals trail it 13-7 here in overtime. 1st and goal from the 10. First carry give to Myers. Myers breaking tackles, reaching, and a good gainer. The gold cleats of Preston Myers get it down to the 3.
Gain up 7 on the play down to the 3
So a
yard
great
line.
pickup on first down. Now Blaine has to take care of the football. 3 turnovers down this end. Myers on 2nd down into the end zone for the touchdown. Preston Myers has tied this football game at 13. And now Kendall Stadden on to try to win this football game for Blaine in overtime. Everyone on a knee on the Blaine sideline as a timeout is taken by Blaine. Both teams each get a timeout in overtime. Kendall Stadden on for her accuracy. Stadden this season, a very impressive 11 of 12, I should say, on extra points. 3 of 3 in field goals. We'll see if Jay Anderson decides to use his timeout for Totino-Grace to ice Stadden before this all-important extra point. To win the game in overtime. Snap down, kick on the way, and it's good! Kendall Stadden sends the Bengals on to the second round of the playoffs in Class 6A. Kendall Stadden has been clutch all season long for Blaine, and she does it again tonight. Bengals win this one in overtime, 14-13 over Totino-Grace. And how many of these seniors, including Stadden, now have an extra game to play next week, next Friday at Shakopee, thanks to Kendall Stadden's heroics? Stadden nails the game-winning extra point in overtime. And the final here tonight from Bengal Stadium, Blaine 14 and Totino-Grace 13. So that'll do it here in Blaine. Again, the final here from Bengal Stadium tonight. Blaine wins it in overtime. They advance to the second round of the Class 6A playoffs on the strength of a 14-13 win over Totino-Grace. Thanks for watching this presentation of high school football on North Metro TV.